All right, and we apologize for that. And right as we get back, that's another goal for the Mountaineers. That's going to for Lucas Tremont. And so if you guys were missing the few minutes there, disconnected again. And the internet, we're just seeming to be having some internet issues here, right? I apologize for that. But you missed 2 goals from the Mountaineers. It is now a 3-0 game. As the puck goes back to Casper. Casper loses in front of the net, and that's a save. Oh my gosh, Irabino just barely saved that. That was a poor, poor turnover by Casper in front of the net. And the Mountaineers are lucky to be still good on defense. The puck is carried in. Brady unable to control it on the pass from McCabe. And now the puck is passed around. Casper has it. Casper controls, throws it up the boards. And it's not able to be completed. Just a lot of sloppy passing from both teams to start this game as Casper gets an interception. Casper goes into the zone, thought he kept himself onside, but the ref disagrees, and we're going to have a face-off right outside the zone.
And I disagree with the ref. It looked like Casper was able to keep it on sides there. Nobody was touching it, and it looked like they all got in.
Yeah, and he even separated himself from the puck by pushing it ahead and taking a moment to cross the blue line. But if that's what the ref saw, that's why we're up in the booth and we're not wearing the stripes.
Exactly. And I wouldn't want to be wearing the stripes anyways.
The face-off is lost by the Mountaineers. The Old Dominion Monarchs control it. They go D to D, unable to possess it. And now Brady cuts in front. Brady tries to do something, but he just throws it in the corner. And it goes behind to McGlade. McGlade, he's battling. He has a body on a man. He's trying to fight. And ODU is able to break the puck out. Brandon Miller has the puck, and he's pressed by a man. Casper swings at it. And now ODU has it in the slot. A shot tipped. And that just goes wide of Irabino.
Those flutterers are tough as a goalie. You can't necessarily track them. They're almost like a knuckleball in baseball. It's hard to measure up where they're going to.
Can't control the puck. An excellent defensive play by Old Dominion. And now Richter make a pass in front, but he can't make it. As the Mountaineers are trying to regroup the puck, Johnson passes it back around to Gleason, but it goes over his stick and onto the stick of Richter. Richter pushes it forward and carrying the puck with some time and shots off the pad, and that's going to go cleared out. Never mind, Seth Johnson is going to control it, and he's going to send it off the half boards. In front, a shot saved. What a save for the Monarchs again to keep this at a 3-0 game.
Early on, the rebound control from this ODU goaltender has just been somewhat lacking. There's been a lot of juicy opportunities on second shots, and that's where App State's getting a lot of their chances. And if that continues through this game, he could be in for a long one.
Yeah, and App State continues to crash the net because it's a thing they've succeeded with throughout this season. And so I don't think it's a thing they're going to abandon, and ODU should expect to see more of it. As Richter has the puck in the corner, he looks to make a pass, kind of fakes it, dumps it off to oh my goodness. He tried to make a little move, but it just hit the skate of the defender. I liked what he was trying to do there. Gleason takes the shot. Glove save.
It was a good idea there with a guy screening the goalie. I like the shot. Maybe keep it a little lower. That's where the blade of the stick's going to be 9 times out of 10, and you can avoid a high sticking chance there.
And as you just pointed out with the rebound control, shooting low is going to be your best friend today. It's going to be your best friend. They're a tired team. They're not going to beat you to lose pucks. They are not going to beat the Mountaineers to lose pucks. As there's a scrum on the boards where Maresco's kind of in the middle of it. Maresco passes it over. And then Locklear just gets it in.
A little too strong on that dump-in attempt.
Yeah, just a little bit too much muscle behind it. So it ends up in the netting, and we're going to have another face-off. An increasingly popular trend in Mountaineer games that I've been calling is the number of face-offs per period. There seems to be a lot of play stoppages, more than last year.
And I think the more whistles are blown, the more that'll benefit ODU. They get a chance to catch their breath again. We'll keep harping on it, but the short bench, I'm interested to see how this will play out as we get into the second period and then in the third.
Yeah, as Locklear passed to Bongrain, who took a shot, tries another shot. Bongrain again. That's saved by Old Dominion's goalie. Puck is chased down. Aiken Carter has the puck in the zone, but he just loses it, and ODU just sends it down for an ice, and we're going to have another whistle. We have over a minute left till we're at the halfway point in the first period. It's been pretty much all Mountaineers to start here. You have to question if that has to do with Old Dominion You have to question if that happens with Old Dominion traveling, if that happens with Old Dominion just being, busy last night on Halloween night. You have to question why their energy levels seem so low. But the Mountaineers are just simply the more awake team right now. As Aiken Carter goes and pursues the puck, but it's cut off by Bongren. Bongren sends it in. The Monarchs pick it up. They have a player with speed, and this has been the one player with speed they've had so far. Let's see what he does here. He tries to make a move on Locklear. Locklear breaks it up, throws it in front to nobody, and again, it is broken up by Locklear. Locklear tries to control, slaps it off his skates, and now the puck is carried through. Bongren just sends it over the net.
The breakouts have been really clean for App State so far. There's been a few missed passes, but for the most part, they've really been able to get a lot of momentum and a good head of steam heading into that O-zone. And they're getting pucks deep and getting them to the net.
Right, absolutely. And there are a lot of new faces compared to the other games that have been on broadcast this year, as you see Ferris Zarconi for the Mountaineers. As Beck carries the puck in, Beck shoots, blocked by a defenseman. Casper goes and gets the puck behind the net. He pinches in, and he gets help. The Mountaineers once again trying to control it, but ODU controls in their defensive end. Can they break it out, or will they lose it in the neutral zone? And they lose it in the neutral zone. Oh, I spoke too soon. As the Mountaineers are forced to retreat, regroup, and look to get the puck up again and keep that sustained pressure up. Arnett has the puck. He makes a stretch pass across to Tremont. Tremont backhander just wide of the net.
And that rolling puck, that's a tricky thing. He couldn't get it to settle down, really had limited options on his chance there.
And that's a great shot by Miller with Arnett falling in the crease. I think they're going to call that goaltender interference or something. I don't think that's going to be a goal. And it will not be. It looks like there's going to be a penalty kill for the Mountaineers, and Arnett's going to serve one for 2 minutes for goaltender interference. As that shot was taken, he was in the blue paint, and from behind just completely fell on the goalie. That's going to get called 10 times out of 10.
Exactly. You can't be in that blue paint. You can't disturb the goalie on a shot attempt like that, and that's going to cost the Mountaineers what would be the fourth goal of the first period here, and now they're going to have to try and stem the flow here on defense, and luckily they have a good kill unit, so we'll see how they can operate here in the D zone.
Is the Mountaineers penalty kill that has gotten a good, solid amount of work through the first few games this season. As McCabe is kicked out of the circle. And Beatson comes in to replace him. Something that hasn't happened as much this game, but it has happened in pretty much every faceoff in the games before this. A center has been kicked out. Beatson gets it. And the clear is sent by Gleason. And ODU was forced to recover. Surveys his passing options. Slowly weaving through the zone. That kind of speed is probably not going to do it against the Mountaineers right now. So ODU gets it deep. Puck goes behind the net, wrapped around, corner to corner. And now Beatson seemed to have fallen down as the puck gets sent back in. Gleason now has it. And he has one with him. He has McCabe with him. Gleason, he takes a shot, goes off the glove, and into the corner. McCabe, he pushes it. And now Gleason, he's still there in the corner. McCabe cuts back to it. Gleason, again, back to McCabe. McCabe, what will he do? He looked to Gleason. And the puck goes into the corner. Beatson now gets it. He's battling in the corner, shoving his stick into the boards, trying to see what he can do. The puck is sent back around.
You'd have a hard time convincing me this is an ODU power play the way App State's controlling the puck in the O-zone right here.
Absolutely, and it's a great forecheck for the Mountaineers, but again, it just seems like they have fresher legs and they're a step quicker. You kind of expect that when there's that difference level, as there's an icing on an incomplete pass from Old Dominion.
Icings on the power play are never a recipe for success, and that kind of pulls back the curtain as to how effective that unit is on this first chance of the game. And there's already only about 40 seconds left on the kill, and they haven't had any sustained zone pressure. They haven't gotten the puck to any dangerous areas. So really, App State looking like they're going to come out of this unscathed.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Mountaineers are also just doing a good job of just keeping that one forechecker high pressing and forcing ODU to make decisions fast. They're just not making decisions fast enough for me. I just simply think that ODU is just a step slower, both on the ice and when decision making. As Locklear controls the puck, he has a lane to the net. Locklear shoots off the crossbar and into the netting. That was a great shot by Locklear. Just an inch shorter, and that's going to be a 4-0 game. But it's going to stay at 3-0. He rattles one off the iron.
That's now the second post they've hit. So those dangerous chances, and the pucks are getting past the goalie. So I think keep that up, keep throwing them at him. You don't have to pick the corner. The flashy goals are nice, but like you said earlier, keeping the puck low, playing for the rebound, and get those second opportunities, that's going to be the key if they want to pile on some more goals here.
Yeah, absolutely. And they also need to work on their passing because if you want to break out quick and you want to keep your guys from getting tired, you're going to need to force that puck up and not carry it as much, which ODU likes to carry. Is there's a cut by Brady. He just shoots over the net. That was a great move to the front of the net after just messing with some defenders there. And now McGlade is just in the corner with two ODU defenders. He loses that battle. But there's Tremont. Tremont knocks it off his skate, and ODU's forced to regroup. Tremont, the one guy. And the puck is just sticked away by Arnett. Arnett did a great job breaking up that breakout pass as McGlade has it, who passes it to Locklear, who gets it over to Tremont. Tremont takes a shot, and it's gloved.
I'm liking what I see from these defensemen jumping in and joining the rush. Locklear, we saw it last year, and we've seen it a little bit more this year. He's got really good skating ability. He's got a great shot. He's got good hands for a guy of his size. And the more he jumps in and joins on these rushes, I feel like that'll create a lot more opportunities.
Yeah, and this has been absolutely a great performance positionally from Locklear. He's gotten some good poke checks on defense. He's been getting back on defense, and he's also done an excellent job, like you said, joining in on the rush in the offense. There's a shot by Casper, sticked away, back in front. ODU looks to break out. And he tries to carry it wide, and he had someone ahead actually past a defender, but he was tunnel visioned and just decided to try and take on two defenders by himself. As Tremont has the puck. Now Beck gets it. Beck unable to control, but it's poked forward, and Casper's able to do something with it here. Casper makes a little toe drag, but takes it behind the net. Casper looking for something. He tries to backhand it in front from 2 inches away. I don't think that was the right choice, but he makes a pass short side, and Jason Beck, one-timer from Ovechkin's office. That's a Mountaineers goal. That was a rip by Jason Beck.
What a shot. I mean, you may not have had to have put that much speed on it or heat on it from that close to the goal, but my goodness, did he get that up in a hurry?
Hawk Tua, he spit on that thing. Oh my goodness, Jason Beck. Expect to see more of that from him throughout the season. Hopefully some shots from farther distance. I want to see how that shot looks from 20 feet out.
And that's your point leader for the Mountaineers this year. Adding on, he's at least up to 10 now. And I'm sure he contributed on the first goal, so he could be at 11.
Yeah, he's having a stellar season so far. It's just that line as a whole is just doing a great job together chemistry-wise. As Gleason tries to control it, he can't. It was kind of an unfortunate spot to lose it with the forward right there. Yet the Mountaineers are able to make up for it. Carter gets it, passes it in front. Bongren sticks it wide. And now passes it over to Carter. Carter tries to throw it in front. Carter still looking for it, slapping at the puck. He gets shoved down, and ODU is able to control the puck in their defensive zone. A stretch breakout pass, once again incomplete, and back to Gleason's stick. Bongren tries to carry it wide. It's unable to. And the puck is sent back around. Johnson sends it in. And Bongren now has it again behind the net. Bongren makes the pass. Gleason can't do anything with it. But Gleason makes the pass around the boards, and he hits Johnson again. Johnson back to Gleason. Unsuccessful. As there's a battle there on the boards. As this line has just been unable to get just confident possession. They've just been kind of slapping the puck around and hoping it stays in the offensive zone. And there it is. The puck gets out for an icing for ODU as they try to get a quick change, but the ref is having none of that.
Yeah, 43 for ODU. Trock, he tried to skate off before the icing call, but good job by the referee to catch him and bring him back. And again, that was some good sustained zone pressure from that third line there. They were able to tire the guys out, and now they can bring out a different line and maybe capitalize on some tired legs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great job by the Mountaineers and a good call by the referee. The puck is in the corner. Locklear has it. And again, the stream did cut out earlier, so you guys did miss points from Watson. Oh my goodness, and Jack Beatson gets it in front of the net. It's a 5-0 game with less than 5 minutes left in the first period.
And that's just a matter of right place, right time. He didn't have to do too much. That puck found him, found his blade, and then found the back of the net. So you'll take those anytime you get them.
Yeah, absolutely. And when it comes to the disparity in both manpower and the speed of this game, I just have a bad feeling this game is going to get ugly quick. It's Maresco holds the puck back on the blue line. He's looking for the passing option. There's a shot saved by Irabino. He passes it out. Watson controls it. Watson passes it off the boards, and he's going to take it into some space. He's going to try to carry. Watson dumps it off. He can't get it to Richter. Puck goes out of the offensive zone. Locklear carries it over the blue line, and we are having another face-off.
That chance there for Irabino, it's good to keep him on his toes. In a game like this, the goalies can get lulled to sleep if you're not seeing a lot of action, but it's good for him to have a high-pressure chance there and be able to settle it down, maybe calm his nerves a little bit, wake him up. But yeah, hopefully he can stay locked in because you never know. The game can change in a split second, and then you'll be on your heels.
Yeah, and I think it's also a good thing for Irabino and for the goaltending group to, be in a game like this where even though you're going to face some pressure chances, not a ton, but some pressure chances, the score isn't anything that you're gonna blow the game. You can let it compound. It's a 5-0 game. If one slips by you, you can feel confident and still work on getting past that mental blockage that we talked about earlier. As Watson has the puck, passes it over to Beatson. Beatson makes a move. He just dumps it off. Richter passes it up. Now the puck is controlled by Brandon Miller, who passes it over to Casper, but he can't control it. And ends up on the stick of McGlade as there's going to be a line change. Casper carries it in. He beats everyone wide. Casper takes a shot. It goes over the net in the glass. And Brady tried to send it back in after it popped back in front off the glass, and that did not work. As there's a scary crash into the boards by Brandon Miller. Went feet first into the boards. That's the kind of injury, the kind of thing that will cause an injury to your legs. He's okay, though, as he gets back up. As Brady's unable to control it. ODU has one forward, takes the shot into the stomach of Irabino, and that's going to be a face-off.
And I guess it's the opposite of what the ODU goalie has been going through, but Irabino, on the few chances he's faced, it's been a lot of one-and-dones. He's not giving up crazy rebounds. If he is letting that puck go and avoiding a stoppage, it's straight to his team. He knows how to control those shots.
Yeah, he's doing an excellent job of controlling where the puck goes whenever he has a say in it. And so I'll be interested to see if he can keep doing that consistently, because I do think he has done a good job of that throughout the season. As Brady chased that, Brady beats everybody to the puck. He throws a hit on somebody while trying to win the puck, and he goes for the line change. Now McGlade's in the corner battling. And coming to join him is McCabe. McGlade and McCabe, the two men on the boards there. As Tremont came in a little bit later, but the puck is sent wide, and Gleason has it. Gleason carries the puck in. Gleason takes a shot wide, hits the glass. A great shot by Gleason, but the Mountaineers are truly having an issue when it comes to hitting the net right now. I mean, you can test this goaltender. I understand it's a 5-0 game, but you need to hit the net.
Yeah, you're not gonna get many goals if you're not touching Twine or even the goalie. So,
and you're not going to improve on much by hitting the glass with all your shots as the puck is carried behind the net. A sweet little move, 2 little moves, but he loses the puck. And Tremont gets it back. Tremont looks for a passing option. Tremont backhand into the stomach of the goalie, and that's going to be a face-off.
That's a goal, Adam.
Oh, that's a goal. I thought he had that. I apologize. That's a goal.
It looked like a puck you should have stopped as a goalie, but
It
Looked
looked
like
like
it floated right under his arm and went in.
it looked like it hit him in the stomach the way he grabbed his gut. And so I thought that was wow. And so that's going to be another goal for the Mountaineers. This has been an absolute boat race, just night and day. As Locklear brings that puck in, it's not able to. But the Mountaineers are still going to keep possession as they have been. The puck ends up at Beck's on Beck's stick, and his shot is blocked. And Arnett has it. Arnett carries it around. Arnett tries to stuff it in. Arnett cannot. Arnett shoots it into the chest of the goaltender. Now that's what I thought happened on that goal, but I was sorely mistaken.
And right now, if I'm the ODU coach, I want to just get to this intermission and regroup as a team because you got to sit the guys down and talk to them. Look, these guys are playing hard. We've got to get some sort of momentum to stem the flow, get on offense, get in the zone, sustain some pressure because right now they're not making App State work for anything.
No, as there's a shot off the post again by Locklear. But I completely agree. And it is an uphill battle when you have less skaters and you're playing a team that just feels pretty fast compared to you, comparatively. But if you play good positional hockey, you make crisp passes tape to tape, it is a doable thing for ODU. It is 100% possible. It's just they're not showing us anything that would indicate that something like that's going to happen.
And another thing for them is to not try and get everything back at once. You're down 6 goals. It's the first period. It seems like a long hill to climb. And while they may not end up climbing the hill all the way, you can just try and chip away as best you can. Get 1, get 2, and then see if you can work from there. You can't get all 6 back at once, and especially not here with the first period dwindling down.
Absolutely. The faceoff is won by the Mountaineers. It's just chipped ahead. And oh my goodness, Tremont is going to blow past everybody. Backhander off the shoulder. He tried to get too cute with it. I think he could have just shot that.
He also had Beck with him, so
he
there
did
was
have
another
Beck with him.
opportunity.
He did have Beck with him. As the pass to Maresco, he shoots one-timer, he scores! Cameron Maresco.
What a great heads-up look there from Arnett. Coming out of the corner, just sees his guy with a hand up. He knows he's got him through the seam, puts it right on the tape, and Maresco, what a beautiful finish.
And those cross-the-zone passes have been sitting open all day for the Mountaineers. They just haven't been converting on them, or they've even been looking them off because they see this as a game. Well, we're up 7-0. I can try a little bit. I can skate. I could be selfish. But a pass like that, that's the stuff that's going to translate into games that matter. As Bongren gets the puck up on the boards, he has numbers with him. He beats somebody wide, shrugs somebody off. Bongren forces it in. He tried to tuck it 5-hole. He couldn't get it. He's looking for somebody, and he gets it over to Gleason on the weak side point. Gleason winds up, takes a shot, hits a stick and a body. It doesn't get there. And Patrick Casey, or Seth Johnson, sends it. Gleason takes another shot off the glove. And now ODU makes a pass off the boards. And Zarcone is just chasing it, but he can't get it as Johnson is there. And that's going to be the end of the first period.
As a little frustration boiling over there at the end for ODU. A long period. Didn't end fast enough for them. So hopefully they can go to the locker room. Hopefully that coach has a good message for them. But it's going to be a long battle. App State is in firm control of this game right now. They're in the driver's seat. And I'd be eager to see if they start running out some different bodies, mix up the lines a little bit, and get some different looks, see what they've got.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's not a lot that you can do with the personnel of ODU as their roster is not very big. But with App State, I mean, you can get more creative with who you put together here, like you said. And it's kind of like a chance for the coaches and the players to see who they're more comfortable playing with. If there's anything that's not working, you can kind of move that around. And I think that's an excellent idea for the coaching staff. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are preparing to start the second period right now. App State is up 7-0 against Old Dominion right now. And so we got to see what the Mountaineers can do to sustain this pressure and if ODU can come back. Liam, do you have any thoughts?
So obviously, first period was all App State from start to finish. There wasn't much of life shown by the Monarchs, but the keys here are to keep your foot on the gas. You want to keep control of this game. Don't let them sneak back in, and then stay mentally engaged. It can be kind of hard in a blowout like this to lose your cool a little bit. Maybe get distracted by trying to get a highlight goal, trying to do this and that. Focus, play your game, and don't let their frustration, because obviously they're not happy. They're down by 7 goals after one period. Don't let their frustration impact you and get you out of what you want to do. And I think if they can just stick to those things, they'll get through this second period and into the third pretty clean, and they should be well on their way to a win if they aren't already.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing is, they have limited practice time because of their access to ice. If you're gonna, feel like you're head and shoulders better than this team, use it as a practice opportunity. Use it to try new things, mix some lines, try some new forechecking, try some new back checking. Really just, try to be creative with what you do the rest of this game. As ODU carries the puck up the boards, puck passed into the center, and he loses it. And the puck is carried by Gleason. Gleason chips it through the neutral zone to nobody as the puck is picked up back by the Monarchs, and they chip it into the zone as it's pushed into the corner. Gleason makes the pass up, and it's carried, and that's a great move by Beck as he tries to get it to Arnett, but they're just unable to connect there. Gleason shoots it, bouncing puck. Just
a little bit of a
rolls back.
spacing issue on that entry there. Beck and Arnett kind of got tied up together on the same side of the attack, and it kind of caused a little confusion, but luckily they're able to get the puck in here and sustain a little bit of zone pressure.
Absolutely, and it seems like Beck and Arnett are no longer with Tremont. It looks like Zacconi's on their line right now. So that looks like an interesting change, that they're trying something new with this line here for this period. As Riley Brady takes a shot from the blue line, glove down, sits in front. ODU tries to clear, and Arnett is just able to get the puck. Arnett carries. Arnett makes a move backhand, and that's saved by the goalie. A great toe drag, kind of through the legs move by Arnett, but he's unable to score there. As ODU once again has it. Down on the blue line goes Miller, but he gets back up. Be careful, Miller. That ice is slippery as the puck goes around. McCabe looks for a zone entry. He has numbers with him. McCabe, what can he do here? He makes the pass in the slot. It just goes through the legs of McGlade. As Casper cuts to the center, Casper takes a shot. That was a missile by Casper. It just hit the glass, just over the net. Brady carries the puck into the neutral zone. Brady makes a move, takes a shot off the shoulder.
It's kind of the same story as the first period. App State's able to get into the O-zone unabated. They're not getting bodies. ODU's not getting bodies on them, and it's just free looks. A lot of open ice.
Yeah, absolutely. It's App State has done an excellent job of sustaining the offensive pressure, but it really feels like they're just not playing in their final gear. Correct me if I'm wrong. Feels like they have another level above this, which is exciting when you see a team win 7-0, and you can say something like that. The shot goes wide, bounces around, but the Mountaineers, they can play a step faster than this, and I think it's encouraging that they know they can dominate a team without playing at 100%.
Exactly.
As the puck goes around, Miller tries to kind of get cute and forecheck it there when I think he should have back-checked, as Brady makes up for it and gets a hit on the back check. As it's carried in by Dodrill. Dodrill just slaps it in.
And we talked about speed in the open, and it's been evident all game. ODU, as you said, they look a step slow. Their breakouts just, they can't get past these defenders or these wingers from App State. They're able to close them off as soon as they get to the neutral ice.
As there's a pass, and that's a goal for Robbie Dodrill. His first of the season.
Oh, we were just talking to one of the bench coaches for App State, and he called it. Robert Dodrill with a goal, put it on the board.
And that's an excellent job of just mixing in new lines, giving guys opportunities. It's great to see Dodrill on the ice get one. The Mountaineers are up 8-0 now. And they're rolling.
It's good for a guy like Dodgel to get some ice time and get a chance to show what he can do. He's oftentimes not in the starting lineup, not in the main rotation of lines, but on a weekend like this, he's got an opportunity to play, and he's making the most of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And in between periods, Liam, you spoke with one of the assistant coaches and mentioned the mixing up lines thing. Right after that goal, the stream couldn't pick it up, but the coach turned around and pointed right up here at Liam at the booth. So I think Liam's got a pretty good head on his shoulders. Might find him behind the bench soon. As the puck goes back around the boards, and it's just carry, just a lot of carrying around the zone, a lot of showcasing the fact that App State moves faster as there's a shot glove down to the ice. But
Good for that ODU goaltender to get a good stop and cover that puck, not allow a second opportunity there.
yeah, and he has made some solid saves. I just think one, his rebound control has been questionable, as brought up earlier. And two, yeah, a couple of the goals were a little weaker than they should be, but he's also made some saves on some shots that should have been goals. So it's a bit of a give and take from him. I think he's playing fine. I think his team is just leaving him out to dry. The faceoff is won by the Mountaineers. Johnson gets it. Johnson looks for something. He passes it over to his partner. Gleason sends it in. And now it's carried behind the net by Watson. Watson drops it back up to Watson. He passes it over to Johnson. Johnson's on the point, just trying to quarterback this. He takes a shot off the pad and the rebound. And we don't know if that's a goal or not. ODU's goalie looks absolutely gassed as Jack Beatson just got a chance there on a rebound. I apologize for kind of going silent there. I couldn't tell what was going on. I didn't want to have another incorrect call.
Yeah, the goalie, I don't even think he knew where that was. It was just kind of laying under his pad. He was sprawled out on the ice, and App State was hacking and whacking, but obviously the ref lost sight of it, so he had to blow it dead.
And it's important to note that ODU does not have another goalie on their bench. And this kid looks tired in between the whistles. He's taken a while to get up. When he covers the puck, he kind of lays there for a minute, catches his breath, which he's allowed to, of course, but it's discouraging when that's your only goalie on your team. As the faceoff is won back. As Gleason just fans on it, but the puck gets sent back in. As the puck is passed across, Watson, he shoots off of a shin pad. Johnson shoots wide, another rebound, and that's a goal. Ryan Bondren off the rebound off the backboards, just tucks it on the weak side of the goalie. That's going to make it 9-0.
And those end boards are lively as always here at the Annex. We've known those stanchions to produce some weird hops. Those boards can generate some good second opportunities as well on shots that go wide. And right there, Bongren again, right place, right time, able to tuck it in.
Right, and after playing at the bouncy boards in the dead boards in Greensboro, I think everyone forgot just how much the puck comes back off these boards at this rink here.
It'll test the goalie, keep him on his toes. You gotta play your pipes and have your head on a swivel.
As the puck is broken out, Miller's the one contesting the ODU forechecker. He does a good job of separating him from the puck. Just textbook defense there. As the pass is sent around and Beck can't control it. Puck sent back in, pushed away wide. Casper passes it to Arnett. Arnett, he can't control it. And Casper finds a way to push it out of the zone. And now the puck is going to be carried by Beck. Beck passes it to Zacconi. Zacconi can't control it. And now the puck goes back in, and now it ends up back on the stick of Beck. He loses it. ODU just sends it back around, and that's going to be at Sam Casper's feet. Sam Casper pushes the puck back in. Beck has it. Beck controlling. Cuts behind the net. Cuts in front. Tries to see what he can do. He tried to force that in front of the high slot, but he just couldn't connect. The puck goes back up to Casper. And then back to Sacconi. And Sacconi has it again. Sacconi shoots, and it goes just over the goalie. As Arnett is trying to do something there. He tries to make a little move, but he loses it and tries to play the body. Now ODU is headed the other way. Miller does another excellent job of breaking up the play there. And now the puck goes to Beck. He's on a breakaway. Let's see what Jason Beck does here. Oh, and that's a save by the Monarchs goalie. He did a great job of staying with Beck, and all Beck had to aim for was his shin pad.
What a great save there from the ODU goaltender. That's a good confidence booster, and he needs it right now. I really think that can maybe start to get his confidence back up because he's just been getting shelled all game.
The puck goes back out of the zone as Miller is the lone one chasing it. as the Monarchs will look for a change, much needed change. But Miller blows by a guy getting off the bench. Miller still carrying. Miller passes it in front, and it just goes under the stick of James McGlade. He was in the right position, just wasn't strong enough on his stick there. As the puck is carried by McCabe. McCabe cuts back. McCabe makes the pass, and just not the right read. But McGlade was in the right spot. I think he could have gotten a shot off there.
It was a good idea. Normally, you'd have a guy over in that corner waiting for a pass, but Brady was playing below the goal line, looking for some opportunities to set it up behind the net.
As Brady sends that off the glass, and Maresco gloves it down. Now it's controlled by Locklear. I apologize, McCabe gloved that down. Maresco is on the point. Shot taken off the pad, and it's still bouncing around. It goes behind the net. And now a Michigan attempt, and he gets hit hard. I mean, it's a 9-0 game. I don't think any team will do anything other than take a run at you when you attempt a Michigan in a 9-0 game.
Yeah, I mean, that really speaks to the level of confidence that the Mountaineers have right now, thinking you can go back in that office behind the net and try and set some up like that. I mean, I applaud the attempt, but it's just simply not necessary right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think confidence is certainly one word choice you could use there. I just think that's unnecessary in a 9-0 game. I mean, that's stuff people practice during the week all the time. You don't need to practice it here in game time right now. You're not pulling that in a game in the playoffs. You're not.
Exactly. But I think we touched on it before the period. Keeping your foot on the gas and staying within your game. App State has done a wonderful job of doing that today. In this second period alone, they've just come out firing. They've basically controlled the puck the entire period, even with some shuffled lines, some different guys playing with guys they may not be used to playing with. It's still just all working. They seem to be able to do no wrong.
Yeah, and that's definitely seems to be the phrase today. The Mountaineers can do no wrong. So they're up 9-0. Robbie Richter kind of gets control of it. He throws it in front, and they just kind of slap it at the front of the net, which has been happening a lot today, where it's these not shot, not pass, just a slap, a push towards the net of the puck. The puck goes out. This is Locklear. Gets the pass off, and it ends up at the skates. The Mountaineers are unable to get it. Richter has it again. Richter passes it up. And Tremont makes an offside pass.
Dodrell gunning for his second goal there. He wanted a clean break to get in there. He's playing with a lot of energy right now. That looks like a guy who really wants to take advantage of the opportunity he's been given, and I applaud him for it. It's not every day you're going to get as much ice time as he's getting today, and maybe it becomes another guy that can add some much needed depth to this roster.
Yeah, and that's a very real thing, is making the most of the opportunities your coaches give you. So let's stay tuned to see how he does in the rest of this game and this opportunity the coaching staff has given to him.
I've been out of AAU, ACCHL hockey for a while, so I don't know exactly when this running clock supposedly starts, but I'm assuming once this turns to a 10-goal game, they will run the clock the rest of the game. I know we've had a couple of those instances in the past, but we'll see.
Yeah, I would believe if there's a running clock, it would be 10 as we get another face-off with 11:16 left in the second period. I'm not entirely sure, so I don't want to misquote and confidently say something wrong.
Yeah, I'm speaking from recent experience. My cousin plays women's college hockey for she plays women's college hockey for Army, and they just started a team this year, and they handed the business to Montclair State not too long ago, and that ended up being a 13-3 game that they had running clock for most of that third period. So
Montclair State, what a shout, Liam. Back in fourth grade, I took skating lessons at the Montclair State ice rink.
It's a small world.
Our skating lessons.
They could have used those lessons with their women's team the other night.
They absolutely could have. As the faceoff is won by the Mountaineers, and now Watson gets it. He's fighting on the boards, and he's got Beatson with him. Beatson has it. He's looking for something in front, decides to pass it back to Watson, who looks to the point, but the pass is broken up. Johnson, he's breaking back. He gets the puck, and now Johnson tries to control it behind the net. And now the puck's sent in front. It just rolls by Irabino as Gleason tries to make a stretch pass into the neutral zone, a little saucer, but it just flutters past the Mountaineers, and they get the puck again, though. Fongren takes a shot low off the pad. Fongren, puck back on his stick, bounces off. ODU trying to create something, just a pass off the body, not able to hit the stick at all. Beatson has the puck. He loses it. Now the puck is back at the point. The puck goes to Watson. Watson moves it down to Beatson. Beatson, he passes it to Gleason. And the Mountaineers just can't get anything there. As Johnson gets control of it again. Johnson carries behind the net. And he comes with some speed, moving his legs through the neutral zone, cutting straight through the center. Johnson tries a little chip move, and it almost goes in the net. The goalie was confused, as what Liam said earlier. It's kind of like a changeup when you're expecting a fastball, and that puck just goes wide. Zarnett gets it. Arnett makes a little move. Arnett tries to pass it to Beck. Beck, he has options up to Miller, and Miller takes a shot that goes over the net, but the goalie still gloved it. I don't think that was on net from the second it left his stick.
Yeah, just too high of a shot there. It's not a competitive chance.
As there's another shot for App State for Zaccone, but I don't think that's a goal. It's not. It sounded like it hit the back of the net. But I think that's just the sound of his pads. As it's won back by the black and gold. And they send it around the boards. Beck tries a sweet little pass, just one touch. Can't get it, but Miller takes a shot, and that's going to be saved again. With 9:19 left in the second period.
Looks like the ODU goal on these last couple chances, he's been trapping that puck in between the pads in his legs. So it looks like he's not quite reading it until it gets right on him. And that's why we've seen so many sneaky, squeaky goals. It's just not been a confident start, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's just no sort of anticipation on where the puck is going to end up and stuff like that. As there's another goal smashing the rebound. And that's going to be Zaccone. His second of the game. Or sorry, his first of the game. I'm thinking of Dodrill.
And there it is again, coming up, rearing its head is the rebounds and the second chance points. That's another low shot, hits a pad, kicks out. And it just takes one guy being right on the mouth of the goal to tuck it in.
And I believe the ref just told the App State bench we're about to have running clock now. So I assume once the next faceoff happens, we will just have 9 minutes and 9 seconds left of this period, including stoppages. So only 9 minutes. I'm going to miss you guys.
And I'm sure ODU is not opposed to that running clock. It's just they've been outmatched all game, if we're going to be honest with it. And I'm sure they just want to get out of here, regroup, and look ahead to their next game.
Yeah, this is one of those games where you go to the hotel and you grab a meal with your team and you try to forget about hockey for a little bit. You talk about something else. Kind of sit there and talk about college football.
Exactly.
The World Series just happened. It's just not, hockey's not the thing you want to be around when you just lose a game like this. It really sucks.
And for App State has a busy weekend. They've got 3 games against 3 different teams. And I guess it's good to get your confidence up with all the scoring, but you kind of hope that they could save some of these opportunities for future games like the Wake Forest game on Sunday. Looking forward to that one. It should be a good contest, but you hope they can keep this level of execution throughout the weekend and not expend all that energy in the first game.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, though, I watch this App State team right now, and I know they have another gear. And that's the one worry of starting a big weekend like this, is that you build these bad habits of, laziness, and then you have the opportunity to play harder, and you just don't. And so I worry about bad habits compiling. So the Mountaineers need to make sure they're still moving the puck efficiently, they're still moving quickly, and they're still in the defensive zone in their proper positioning.
Exactly.
If there's a save, we're going to get a face-off. About 8 minutes left in the second period. It's a 10-0 hockey game. Not really a score, I thought.
And it looks as if the clock is stopped, so they may not be going running clock.
It may not be running clock. I thought it was.
It might be a third period thing as well, where they're just going to get through this period, and then third period, if it's a 10-goal game, that's when they institute the running clock. I do need to brush up on my AAU rules here.
I do as well, because sometimes we don't play. We play ACHL as well, not just AAU. So there's different rules for different governing bodies. It's a lot.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a Muppet on the broadcast. I'd rather know my stuff and brush up on on how the game is played here in club college hockey.
Absolutely. The puck is carried. Toby Gleason takes a shot, glove down. And they're not keeping track of shots in the scorer's booth, but I do wish they were, because I think this ODU goalie has a very solid amount of saves despite giving up 10 goals.
Yeah, that save percentage has to still be at least in the 800s. It's not like he's given up a lot of goals on not a lot of shots. It's been constant pressure, constant opportunities, and his glove is starting to heat up here as we get later in this game. He's been snagging pucks out of the air, and that's an easy way to start getting into a rhythm as a goaltender.
Yeah, and you have to think if ODU is going to be playing more games this weekend, that's going to be great for him coming into the other 2 games that he plays. The puck is saved again. This matchup will be a familiar one tomorrow. These 2 schools will face off in Boone at Kid Brewer Stadium in football.
We don't need to bring up last year's result. That's something we should forget. Again, short memory.
Short memory, just like a goaltender.
I guess it's that time of year where we can start talking about basketball a little bit. If we do want to talk about ODU basketball, we would want to focus on the women's program. Their women's basketball program is actually one of the better teams in the Sun Belt. They dominated App State last year when they met in the Convocation Center.
Yeah, and then the App State women's basketball team, I mean, they've taken some steps forward, and it's believed they're going to take some steps forward with the roster they have this year.
And the new coach, Alora Sharp. We look forward to seeing what she can put together, bring some energy. Hopefully, they get at least some of the attendance that they were getting for the men's games. It would be nice to see some of the students show out and support the women's team.
Absolutely deserve it. They're all fantastic and very talented in their own right. Yeah, I mean, talking basketball, I mean, the men's team, 15 new players on the App State roster.
It's a game of unknowns right now. We don't know how the team is going to look. Only 2 returning players, one of which is a starter. It's a process, and luckily for Dustin Kearns, he's the continuity factor, and he's got good guys around him. And I just look forward to seeing what this team can be. Obviously, the expectations are somewhat limited because, like you said, all the new players, but I'm sure the Convocation Center is going to be packed.
As Watson toe drags, oh my goodness! Watson just Datsu toe dragged the keeper. Oh my goodness! Looking like Pavel put 13 on his sweater. That was a heck of a goal.
I'm pretty sure the goalie might need to go to the locker room because he just got undressed. He might need to go put some new pads on.
Yeah, I think if you tilt the camera up, you can see his jockstrap in the rafters. My goodness. Well, this game is already ugly, but I think I can comfortably say it is ugly now. As Beatson controls it in the slot, Beatson takes a shot and it goes in after a deflection.
There it is again, the deflections, bodies out front, just tipping pucks. No easy looks for the goaltender. And I mean, I think we've run out of things to say for this App State offense today. They have just been clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, I think we have. I think the offense is just playing, making every decision correctly right now. At the start of the game, when they realized that that this was kind of a mismatch, they were being a little selfish. And I assume the coach kind of had a conversation with them because now, I mean, the passing is happening like you would think they needed to when most of these guys are capable of carrying like they showed in the first period. But passing, the cutting to the net, the play in front, the play in the corners, all of that is going to lend itself to benefit App State as they start playing other teams in their conference. As Casper controls it in the neutral zone, sends it up to Watson. Watson tries to send it in. He can't. And now there's 2 forecheckers from App State, or 3 forecheckers from App State, all lower than the lowest ODU player that wasn't a defenseman. And I think that's also another indication of what ODU's been doing kind of wrong here is they're not trying to come back and help their defenders break out the puck. They're just going forward. And it's hard to make those stretch passes. And that's a great shot by Bongren. Just sniped it top corner over the goalie's shoulder. It's a 13-0 game.
I'm seeing numbers I've never seen on a scoreboard before. I don't know if I've ever seen a 13 goal mark in the second period. Still about 6 minutes left to go here as well. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I have never seen 13 goals at this point. I don't think I've ever played in a 13-goal hockey game. One, because I wasn't good enough, and two, I wasn't bad enough to give 13 goals up. But Old Dominion, not to say that Old Dominion is bad. They are a severely small roster. I mean, 12 skaters, 10 skaters. You would need to essentially be marathon runners to keep up with 20 full skating roster or 18 skaters. So I completely understand. As player goes hard into the boards, he's slow to get up. App State comes down in a 2-on-1. And there's going to be a wraparound attempt by Beck. I don't know what he was looking to do there.
Yeah, it was a little selfish. He had Richter.
Well, they were trying to cover the passing lane as Locklear just sends it in again. It's 14-0. Just every shot they take is going in right now.
Yeah, the ODU goalie got caught down in the butterfly, and then that puck just skips up over him. He just looks very unsure.
He also seems to be struggling with what is R when watching it left side, but his right side, his glove side. If he's not making a glove save on it, he's not confident blocking it with any other part of his body, his elbow, his shoulder, anything. He's just not confident enough. His ODU tries to control it. One player makes three players miss, and he's got a little speed. He's trying to create something here.
Good job by the defenders there, keeping him to the outside, keeping him out of the high danger areas. That's kind of been the story of the game. They've really controlled the neutral zone. They haven't allowed any free entries, and when they do get in the O zone, it's snuffed out very quickly.
And there's another goal for Robbie Richter. On the pass for, I think that was Arnett.
Is that 14 or 15? I think they might have missed one. As Riley Brady goes over to the scorer's box and questions the operator.
Yeah.
We can check the tape.
As I believe that is the 15th goal. I don't know. Hopefully you guys have been counting on home. Let us know. There's another shot going to be taken, and there's a save for the goalie. As McCabe has it. He sends it over to Johnson, who sends it across the line. Back down to McCabe. McCabe runs into the ref. Johnson, there's something to do. Back down to McCabe. McCabe makes one miss. He takes the shot into the stomach of the ODU goaltender. That was a good little move by McCabe.
And you saw it right off the draw there. Brady with a quick zone entry. They're not holding back at all right now, despite the score. They're still pressing the attack. They're still trying to generate opportunities, and they could play keep away the rest of the game if they wanted to, but that's clearly not their mindset right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And with 4 minutes left in this period, I don't think the Mountaineers are going to slow down at all for the rest of this game. I think we're going to see 24 minutes of Mountaineers offense. As the puck is carried down by McCabe. McCabe, he gets hit. ODU seems to be a little bit alive right now on this shift. They're the most energy I've seen out of them. As Brady gets the puck. Brady tries to carry. Tries to cut through two. He gets hit hard in the middle of the zone. As the puck tries to find either Brady or Johnson back there, but it was just broken up by a defenseman. And there's going to be an interference call on App State.
And this is where a game like this can get a little bit out of control. Obviously, ODU's frustrated. They're down. They're tired. They're going to start playing a little chippier. They're going to play sloppy. And you can't give them an inch. You can't let them get in your head. And then also, you don't want to get injured in a game like this. You don't want to play too aggressive to where you're putting yourself in a bad spot.
You don't want to retaliate to the point where your other teammates get injured on behalf of what you did as well.
Exactly.
Make sure everyone gets out of this game. Everyone's cool to go tomorrow. Everyone's ready to go tomorrow and ready to go Sunday. So that was a questionable play by him. I don't know if he thought he had the puck or not, but he was separated from the puck, and that goes off the post. ODU almost got their first of the game as the play was broken up by Zacconi. Zacconi does something.
It's a good back check there from the Monarchs. Haven't seen a lot of it today, but they're showing it on the power play here. But now they need to get an attack set up because their first one in the first period was limited to no opportunities really, and they hit the post there on that first try, but they need to put some semblance of a power play structure together.
Yeah, and Old Dominion is able to gather some type of speed, but they enter the neutral zone, and there's a whiff on a shot. And they enter the neutral zone, and they just slow down. They just slow down their attack every time. As the puck is carried out by Tremont, Tremont drops it back, and there's a toe drag made by Casper, but he loses it. Zacconi, he's there. He can't get it either. There's a shot that goes wide. Mountaineers defense gives up their first goal of the game. ODU scores. That's the end of the shutout. We have a 15-1 game.
Well,
Liam.
I think that's what we mentioned in the first period when Arabino got tested once or twice. You kind of fall asleep if you're not getting pressured, and he obviously hasn't had that feel of the puck hitting his pads much today. He hasn't had to work too hard, and so those high pressure chances, they're going to squeak through if you're not on your A game.
Yeah, and stuff like that happens, but again, it's a low pressure situation. You still hold a 14-goal lead. I think he'll be all right.
Shake it off and move on to the next play.
Let's see Watson win the faceoff back. Another pass from Maresco is attempted to be made to Bongren. He kind of gets it, but it ends up back to Maresco. Turns it over again. Bongren has it, and he tries to carry. Bongren takes a shot through the legs, goes wide. Now chasing is Beatson. Beatson goes into the corner along with Bongren. Bongren has it. Bongren passes it back down to Beatson. What can Beatson do? Beatson, he's still surveying, just carrying it around slowly around the zone. As there's a pass to Maresco that should have been in the high slot, but just a step ahead of him. So Maresco tries to make the pass to Locklear, and he can't complete that pass either. As ODU gets the puck in deep.
Props to Cameron Maresco there, even with the game in the way it is, still dedicating himself to the back check there, getting a good stick lift, disrupting an opportunity.
Yeah, and I have to question if that's effort or frustration from just having 2 turnovers in the offensive zone. But that was still an excellent effort from him as he turns the puck over in the neutral zone. And now Beatson has it. He passes D to D, and it ends up back on the stick of Watson, who passes it up to Locklear. He takes a shot, and it just goes over the net after hitting the goalie. Maresco has it. Maresco toe drags it back. Maresco slaps it around. What can he do? Nothing here yet. He tries to pass in front, and there's nothing to that, but Beatson keeps it in, and he tries to get it deep, and he does. It was an excellent keep by him. The Mountaineers are just passing around, kind of cycling it on the short side. A shot goes off the pads, not very strong. That's going to be easily covered with 32 seconds left in the second period.
Just kind of a mad scramble there on that offensive zone time, and good for the Monarchs to get a save and get closer to the intermission here. I'm sure they really want to regroup again, just like after last period.
And when the Mountaineers take that shot, they certainly want more power on that. As the pass goes down in the corner, Richter has it. Richter, he's behind the net. Richter tries a Michigan, loses control of it. And I don't think we have to go over how we feel about trying a Michigan right now again.
It's just not necessary.
As McGlade carries it in, McGlade makes a sweet pass after beating a few.
And to stay on that note, I'm not a fan of the flashy, like going for the flashy plays anyways, but in a game like this, you don't even need the flash. Nonetheless, going for outlandish attempts like that, it's just simply uncalled for and not necessary.
Absolutely. And with that, the second period is over. We will be back just in time for the third period.